Jen, I want to pick up on a couple things that my colleagues have asked, infrastructure and taxes.
Sure.
First, though, on infrastructure. Has any progress been made? I know you say that the conversations have been constructive, the talks are going to keep on going, but has any progress been made through the lens of the White House?
Well, here's what's progress. We have Democrats and Republicans, the ranking members of a range of important committees in the Senate, having discussions with members of our senior White House team, a Democratic administration, about an agreement that we need to invest in our nation's infrastructure. Are we on the same page on every component of how it should be paid for or on the numbers? No. Do we know it will have a successful outcome? No, we don't know that yet, because this is democracy in action. This is compromise. This is negotiations. And it looks foreign because we haven't seen this in some time, but it's ongoing. So we're not going to give a day-by-day grade. It's not particularly constructive to do that.
What's the bigger challenge at this point, the top line figure or the pay for?
The top line figure or the pay for?
Yeah, what's a bigger lift at this point?
Look, I think I'm not going to rank order them, but I will say that it's not been a secret that the largest area of disagreement is pay-fors. And obviously, if you have a higher top-line number, you need more pay-fors. Doesn't require a mathematician for that.
And then on taxes, with the guidelines that the Treasury Department put out today as it relates to the IRS.
Yeah.
What is the argument that you would make that the inflows and outflows of someone's account should be monitored by the IRS? And since the Treasury Department says those who make under $400,000 aren't going to be audited any more than they have been in the past, essentially, are you creating a two-tier audit system? Those who make more than $400,000 and those who make less?
Well, I would say that lower and middle income Americans who are working hard, getting their paychecks, are not typically the issue at hand here. And what the tax compliance report conveyed today is that, or confirmed today, I should say, is that it's past time to reform our broken tax system, that teachers, firefighters, nurses, and other hardworking Americans, they report their income, they pay required taxes. Wealthiest Americans and corporations, because they often operate under different tax systems, it already is a system that is living in two Americas, they're able to pay lower tax rates. That's not fair. That's basically what the president is conveying.
I guess what would you say to the person who does well, pays their taxes, and just doesn't want the government seeing the outflows and inflows they pay by the book, and they say, hey, I don't think this is right?
Well, again, I think what our focus is on here is ensuring that any American pays the taxes that they are owed. And if they are paying the taxes that they are owed, then they have little to worry about. But there's no question that given that for the last 10 years, the IRS has been repeatedly underfunded, currently has 20,000 fewer staff, including fewer enforcement staff, than it did a decade ago, that proposals like the president's proposal to increase a 10% increase in funding for the IRS that would largely be used to strengthen enforcement on wealthy and corporate tax filers and help ensure those at the top pay their fair share is certainly something that I think the vast majority of Americans would feel is fair and effective. Go ahead.